Hello children, my name is Ranjan Srivastava. I am your science teacher from Mikra Primary English Medium School branch. Today we will be covering the third chapter of class 6 from Science NCERT textbook. Third chapter, that is fiber to fabric. This chapter is all about how this become that. That is how fibers obtained from plants, animals or chemicals gets ultimately converted into clothes we wear. So we will understand this complete process step by step. So students, let's begin the chapter. Paheli and Bhujo won the first prize in a science quiz competition held at their school. They were very excited and decided to use the prize money to buy clothes for their parents. When they saw a large variety of cloth material, they got confused. The shopkeeper explained that some cloths or fabrics were cotton and some were synthetic. He also had woolen mufflers and shawls. There were many silk saris as well. Paheli and Bhujo felt very excited. They touched and felt these different fabrics. Finally, they bought a woolen muffler and a cotton sari. Apart from this, we will to answer some very interesting questions such as: is fabric really a continuous piece? How does a lump of cotton like this gets converted into threads? Or how does these threads ultimately becomes fabric? How a tiny creature on earth, that is silkworm, gives us very expensive and royal silk fabric by killing itself? Yes, it's killed in the process. After their visit to the cloth shop, Paheli and Bhujo began to notice various fabrics in their surroundings. They found that bed sheets, blankets, curtains, tablecloths, towels, and dusters were made from different kind of fabrics. Even their school bags and gunny bags made from some kind of fabric. They tried to identify these fabrics as cotton, wool, silk, or synthetic. Can you also identify some fabrics? So students, give me one answer. Why you should never wear a synthetic clothes while working in the kitchen? So look around you and you will notice that your clothes, bed sheets, pillow covers, towels, curtains, blankets, your tablecloths, your shopping bags and even your school bags, all these items are made up of different kind of clothing material, isn't it? You will be able to notice the difference by feeling or touching them. Actually, all of these items are made up of different kind of fabrics. So question rises, what are fabrics? From where do we get fabrics? How these various items are made from fabrics? So let's try to answer each of these questions. So students, let's see variety in fabrics. Activity first. Visit a nearby tailoring shop. Collect cuttings of fabrics left over after stitching. Feel and touch each piece of fabrics. Now try to label some of the fabrics as cotton, silk, wool or synthetic fiber after asking for the help from the tailor. Do you wonder what these different fabrics are made of? When you look at any fabrics, it seems a continuous piece. Now look at it closely. What do you notice? In this activity, whenever you had visited a garment shop, you must have noticed bundles of clothes like this lying there. These are called fabrics. These fabrics are stitched either manually with the help of the sewing machine or in the machine in the factories to get all the different items: clothes, bed sheets, pillow covers, towels, curtains, blankets, tablecloths, shopping bags, school bags, carpet, etc. Now let's see activity 2. Select a piece of cotton fabric you labeled in activity 1. Now try to find a loose thread of yarn at one of the edges and pull it out. If no loose yarns are visible, you can gently pull one out with a pin or a needle. We find that a fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. What are these yarns made of? So let's now try to understand about fabric in more detail. The loose threads are called yarns. So thus we can say that the fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. When we look at any fabrics, it seems a continuous piece, isn't it? But is fabric really a continuous piece? For this, I want you take a closer look at any fabric piece in your house. Now student, fiber, activity 3rd. Take out a yarn from a piece of cotton fabric. Place this piece of yarn off the table. Now press one end of yarn with your thumb. Scratch the other end of the yarn along its length with your nail as shown in figure 3.4. Do you find that is at this end the yarn splits up into thin strands? For even more understand, try taking picture of a fabric piece by zooming your camera. You will observe that while from a distance fabric seems like a continuous piece, but actually it is not. As you observe more closely, you will notice that fabric is made up of two sets of strands arranged together in horizontal and vertical fashion. So let's find out of what these strands are. These strands are called yarns or loose threads. You must have seen these yarns at some tailor shop and even at your house. To better understand yarns, try taking out a loose threads from any of the edges of a fabric piece. So student, let's see what is fiber. You might have observed something similar when you try to thread a needle. Many a time the end of the thread is separated into a few thin strands. This makes it difficult to pass the thread through the eye of the needle. The thin strands of thread that we see are made up of still thinner strands are called fibers. Now let's try to look at yarns more closely. For this sketch, one end of the yarn which you took out from a fabric with your nail and observe it carefully. You will notice that yarn splits into many thin strands. The small and thin strands are called fibers. Thus we can say that the yarns are made up of still thinner strands are called fibers, or in the other words, we can say that the fibers are twisted together to make yarns. Now we understood that the fabrics are made up of yarns and yarns are further made up of fibers, or in the other words, we can say that several strands of fibers are twisted together to make yarns and yarns are arranged together to make fabrics. Now students, let's know about natural fibers. What are natural fibers? Fabrics are made up of yarns and yarns are further made up of fibers. Where do these fibers come from? The fibers of some fabrics such as cotton, jute, silk and wool are obtained from plants and animals. These are called natural fibers. Cotton and jute are examples of fibers obtained from plants. Wool and silk fibers are obtained from animals. Wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep or goat. It is also obtained from the hair of rabbits, yak and camels. Silk fiber is drawn from the cocoon of silkworm. Now next question arises, Where do we get fibers from? We get fibers from the sources of natural sources and artificial sources or man-made sources. The fibers which are obtained from plants and animals are called natural fibers. For example, from plants we obtain cotton, jute and coir fibers. Coir is obtained from coconut husk. Similarly, from animals we get wool and silk fibers. Student, now come at synthetic fibers. What are synthetic fibers? 4,000 of years, natural fibers were the only ones available for making fabrics. In the last 100 years or so, fibers are also made from chemical substances which are not obtained from plant or animal sources. These are called synthetic fibers. Some examples of synthetic fibers are polyester, nylon and acrylic. The fiber which are synthesized in industries from simple chemicals obtained from petroleum are called synthetic fibers. For example, polyester, nylon, acrylic, etc. If you want to about different fibers, try to observe the tags of different items at your house to know about which fibers they are made up of. You will notice that some are made up of 100% cotton while some are 100% polyester. Some are made up of acrylic and some are made up of wool. Understood everyone? So students, take care all of you. We will continue this chapter in next session. Okay? Thank you very much.